Hi. I It's so funny. I keep wanting to start with something specific. Like I'll have an idea that I want to make for a video, and then every time I start recording, it feels inauthentic. And it feels inauthentic because it was an idea 10 seconds ago, but not now. And so often we are trying to find the right thing to say or come up with content and then find the right content. We go, I'm going to put that in my book, or I'm going to do this stuff. Or even like repeating a joke. Sometimes you'll hear a joke or you'll say a joke, and it'll be so funny in the moment because it authentically came through in the moment. And part of what made it so funny was you were hearing it for the first time, you were saying it, or you were experiencing it for the very first time, and it wasn't the joke that was amazing. It was that you were fully in the moment, that you fully, for 10 seconds, forgot about the illusion of your story that you need to be somewhere else. And every time I try to find the right thing to say, I can always do that, and I can always have content and go, oh, I want to tell people this thing later. But if instead I just actually feel what's coming through right now, no matter what it is, it could be bad, it could be good, it could be I feel like crap, it could be I feel totally depressed, I feel really excited, I'm nervous, whatever. That's your deepest truth. That's more truth than content that you think that you can bring to the table, even if it's a few minutes ago. So no matter what, a huge illusion we're under is I gotta find the right thing to say. And you never have to find the right thing to say. How do you even know if it's the right thing? If you got something for it, if people like you because you said the right thing, but you always have content right now. And yeah, it might suck at first. It might not come through the right way. If you went on stage and started saying what you're feeling, it might not come through perfectly, and it might feel off, and it might feel not as good as if you prepared a bunch of content. But by living in the moment, you're also preparing. Before I do events, the way I prepare is by enjoying every moment and understanding that the event is equally as important as whatever I was doing before, and that all moments are equally important. And people say, well, I got to prepare for this. And really what they're doing is they're getting content ready, or they're getting it perfect, and they're actually preparing being in their head. A lot of times we're so good at getting the right content, we want to get it perfect, and then you go to the thing and you had it prepared, and yeah, you can give this presentation, but you're presenting content versus you. You're not presenting your heart. You're not preparing you. And the best way to prepare you before you do anything that you perceive as bigger than the moment that you're in is to be okay with you, is to be okay with where you are and not trick yourself into thinking that that thing you have later is bigger than now, because nothing you have coming up or that you've had in the past is bigger than right now. In fact, the only place those things show up is in your head, like a movie, and you think that that movie is real. So there is no past or future. It's just concepts that you're creating in the now right now. But often we think that thing's bigger, and in that moment you make that thing more your focus, your God, whatever, than you are. And if you just love that it's there like a passing thought, and you get in the practice of being you, of enjoying each moment, eventually you will get so good at just constantly being that authentic when you're in what you used to perceive as a high pressure situation. So you always have content. And if you pull out a book and just start writing, if you pull out a camera and start recording, yeah, it might be off a little bit, but it's not the content in the moment that's off. It's your resistance to that you haven't prepared in the old way. It's that you didn't get it together with your mind. It's that it's actually coming through right now. So yeah, it's going to suck for a little while, but this is changing your swing. We've grown up learning to prepare a certain way. And now that we're moving into our heart, if you're watching the videos that I make, you're someone who really has your heart opening up. And you'll never be fulfilled preparing in the old way anymore. It's just not going to work. And there's a rising happening where people are feeling from their heart bigger and bigger and bigger. So now our job is to honor what's coming through, honor what you're feeling, honor whatever, and be in the practice. And by practice, I don't mean practice for the next big thing. The more you're in your heart, you'll realize there is no big thing anymore. There is no other big thing. There's no, I got to do this right. There's no, I got to, because nothing is bigger than what you are. So the more you be you, the more you enjoy you, the more you do that accidentally as a byproduct, you'll do that on the stage or on the camera or at the job interview or on the date or whatever. But who cares? The only reason you're nervous is you forgot that you're more important. Your connection to yourself is more important than any external thing. So our job is to constantly connect to us. And if you have something that coming up that you're nervous about, you're making that bigger than you. And the more, if you're watching these videos, if you're feeling your heart more and more, just know that you're in a lie right then. And so know that you're creating it only in this moment, and your job is to love it. I'm scared about that thing later, and I love that. I don't know that I'm going to do it the right way, and I love that. And the more you practice that, the more you're going to always be in this effortless flow of the now, and there's less need to make the future bigger than you or the past. So I guess that's what wanted to come through tonight, that you're just this moment, and anything else is a trick. And the only practice and preparation necessary, and the only really effective preparation in this time that we live in now, is to do that. Because the only thing that sells and the only thing that will sell in the future is authenticity and vulnerability. Because everything else feels like spam. Everything else feels slimy. A big fake smile and look how perfect I am, and we've got all this amazing marketing and act now and, tricks. We all see through it. And we're moving into a time where authenticity, feeling, experiencing pain in front of people, owning your feelings, experiencing lows are the most truthful you there is. And it also is something the world can identify with, because the world hasn't been allowed to feel their lows in public. And as we feel our lows, as we feel these lows together and we allow ourselves to cry out, we'll bring so much more light into the world. Because as I've said at events, your light is measured only by how much of your darkness you accept. And the only thing that makes it darkness is your resistance to it. So fall in love with your darkness, fall in love with your sadness, fall in love with everything else, and watch as your light shines brighter and brighter, and you will create a situation that gives the world permission to bring their light out, feel their lows, be authentic, be vulnerable, and everything else will take care of itself. Everything else. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a good night.